We begin in Hamilton, where a crash on the Linc and Alexander Parkway left a man in critical condition. An eyewitness tells CHCH News the motorcycle rider suffered horrific injuries. Matt Ingram joins us from the scene with more. Matt.
As police say just before 8:30 this morning, a motorcycle and SUV crashed right here on the Linc and Alexander Parkway. Behind me, I'm on Upper Gage. Upper Ottawa's in the distance. It happened in between on the westbound lanes. The crash so serious that for a time, both the westbound and eastbound lanes were completely shut down. Now, the driver of the SUV and the rider of the motorcycle both taken to hospital, but the motorcycle rider appears to be much more seriously injured. Debris is spread across the parkway after a motorcycle collided with the back passenger side of a black Hyundai SUV this morning.
The motorcycle driver is a man in his 60s, and the vehicle driver is a man in his 50s.
The collision happening in between Upper Gage and Upper Ottawa in the left-hand lane.
I was the first one to see what had happened.
Johnny Munden says he was driving ahead of the SUV with traffic moving around 90 kilometers per hour. When the vehicle ahead of him hit the brakes suddenly, forcing him and the Hyundai SUV to brake suddenly also.
And unfortunately, the bike was behind that car, which is the one that got hit, the black Hyundai, and the bike couldn't stop in time.
Munden says the motorcycle and rider was then struck by a large truck traveling in the center lane.
He also clipped the biker after he had hit the black SUV.
Hamilton EMS say the motorcycle rider was taken to hospital with critical life-altering injuries. An off-duty Hamilton paramedic stopped to care for the man, according to EMS, and Munden, who says he and other drivers got out to help also. Munden says the man was unconscious at first, breathing shallowly, and his left leg was severed.
I gave my belt to the paramedic to put a tourniquet on his left leg because he was bleeding pretty bad.
The driver of the SUV was taken to hospital with minor injuries. Police are not confirming the circumstances of the crash, saying the investigation is in its early stages. Officers are asking anyone who witnessed the crash or has dash cam video to contact them. The eastbound lanes were opened later in the morning, but the westbound lanes remain closed into the afternoon as traffic collision investigators did their work, and there were serious traffic delays throughout the city today because of this crash.